Welcome to another episode of Car Savant. We're in Chicago. What are we doing in Chicago? To drive some fun cars, thanks to our friends at the Hamilton Collection. Stay tuned. Here we are at the Hamilton Collection. Let's see what we're going to drive. All right, Steph, what are you going to be driving?
Porsche 918 Spyder.
Nice. And I will be taking the Chiron SS. Looking forward to seeing it. It's an absolutely amazing spec. Let's see what we find. What do you think?
Pretty nice. High-powered sports cars. We got an Aventador here.
Aventador SV. Classic car. You know, we love the Aventador. Beautiful spec too. What do you think, Steph?
The metallic paint is great.
I love the license plate too.
Carbon rotors.
LOL SVJ.
And now we've got the 765 LT.
This is an absolutely amazing car. Beautiful spec. And very tastefully modded too. Thoughts?
Good color, good amount of carbon. I like the contrast black and orange.
Likewise. Beautiful.
And here's the 918, the car I'll be driving. Color just really stands out. Bright colored brakes, bright red paint, carbon everywhere. Hybrid.
It does look pretty amazing in person. I mean, we've seen 918s in the past. You know, we've met Steve and different events, and still, it's just every time you see one, you just have to appreciate the styling on these. Wouldn't you agree?
Yep.
And I love the license plate on that one too. So here's what I'll be taking. This is the Chiron SS. Absolutely beautiful car. I love the spec on this from the time that they spec'd this. You know, with the orange accents, you got the orange calipers, the orange center caps. Look at that interior. Absolutely beautiful. Here's one thing I noticed. Look at the upper fender on this. I see some carbon below it. It's a unique design characteristic there.
It must be for aerodynamics.
It looks like a Nardo gray, really, doesn't it?
A little darker, but yeah.
Here we got some more cars.
Classic Chevy, blacked out. Look at the lip on the rear wheel.
Yeah, that's massive.
And I'm sure this thing is a serious pulling power.
Yep. What do we have next?
And original Viper.
Classic generation, first generation Viper.
Gen 1 Viper GTS. No, that's an RT10.
RT10. Love the GTS as well. Old school, classic. I don't see any traction control or any nannies at all on this.
No.
You gotta know how to drive a car. You gotta keep this beast in control somehow. Classic
Bright,
Viper.
loud yellow.
Yep. Loud yellow. So Steph, here's a familiar car. We had the Gallardo. Love that car. This is the coupe version here. What's your thoughts?
I like the fast attention exhaust. The wheels. Match the fenders real nice. And this carbon rear diffuser is pretty neat.
I like the carbon on the sides too. I still love the styling of this. Just classic. So we're going to be taking these cars here for a drive momentarily. Try to give you our impressions of them. Obviously they're amazing cars, but nothing like trying to drive one firsthand, experience the every aspect of the car. See how it goes. Interesting there. So we've been analyzing the diffuser on this Chiron. What do you think, Steph?
Pretty impressive. It fully engulfs the four exhaust pipes. The fins are a good 6 inches in height. And it runs 3 feet back in sections, so
yeah,
it seriously likes to make the air come out smooth.
Probably a $60,000 to $80,000 diffuser, I'm guessing.
All carbon.
All carbon. All right, Steph in the cockpit of the 918. Initial impressions.
It's pretty tight. It's like a race chassis, and it's full carbon. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. There is an overabundance of carbon fiber, but I guess you can never have enough, can you? Look at the door panel. Pretty much
nice
all carbon.
Racing Porsche door holes.
Yep. All right, cold start on the 918. I don't know why I was looking down there. All right, Steph, how about a comparison? We got the Chiron SS and we got the 918. What's your impressions after driving both?
They're both real fun. Both real fast. This has got instant power delivery. Feels a little lighter, and it just takes right off. Hits you right in the back of the seat.
That Porsche carbon bucket just felt great in that thing.
The hybrid system and the V8 just work flawlessly together. And then the Chiron.
What do you think of the Chiron?
You get on it and start hearing the turbo spool, and you feel like you're in a modified drag car. I mean, it is fast.
And it's quiet too until you punch it, and it feels like a monster wakes up right behind you.
You hear the air rushing into the turbos in the cabin pretty significantly. That's a beast to drive.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
But it's nice, and it's a nice ride.
The road presence is insane on that.
Yeah.
And really it is on this too, with how wide it is.
And naturally the visibility is a little bit low, but you're not going to be looking much behind you anyway.
Yeah, same with the Porsche. All right, so 765. Yeah, rear wheel drive, so keep that in mind.
All right.
Give this thing a cold start when you're ready. I better stand back on this. Man, that thing is loud. That was loud.
I'm gonna let it warm up.
Yeah. Especially that initial startup. All right, Stefan taking the 765 out. There was the 765. I'll be driving that here in a second. Thing sounds absolutely epic though. So we'll see what we think of this one. The spec is perfect on this. Yeah. All right, come on. So, any concluding thoughts? What do you think? We just got back in this 765, which, I guess, what's your thoughts on the 765?
Super quick. It actually kind of feels more like a fast modified car, but high quality, super high quality.
Right.
Very quick, very nimble, very responsive. You hear the turbos, great exhaust on here.
This thing is
Sounds really
fast.
good.
Second, third. Yeah, I mean, this thing will put you back in your seat, and it's so loud too. great driver's car. I mean, I'm very impressed with this.
Very planted for rear-wheel drive. It's great. It does not disappoint.
I got it a little bit squirrely in third, I think. Gave it some gas, but man.
Maybe you gave it a little more than I did, but
Perfect spec.
That was a fun car.
I took it off. Reverse lights are like integrated into it. That's a beauty. So, honorable mention, look at this thing. Absolutely gorgeous. Stefan, I want to hear your thoughts on this.
It's a 993 GT3, I believe.
Look at that wing.
Which is Club Sport.
That is a beauty.
It has that GT wing. I think that's the GT3 of that year.
Look at that. It looks absolutely pristine.
Yeah, that's real nice.
We're here at Chicago Motor Cars as well. A lot of cars here, but just look at that Porsche. An absolute beauty. Wow. All right, so what are our conclusions from fun time here at Hamilton Collection? Steph, what do you think? We had some good times.
Yeah, they have a nice set of fun cars here. A little bit different nuances, but each have this particular little characteristics that make them fun. So choose your poison, really.
Yeah, they're all great cars. Different experiences, but fun at the same time. Thank you to the Hamilton Collection. Thanks, Steve. Thanks to the entire crew. You guys are awesome. We had a great time, and we'll have more great content to come. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.